everyone! Hope you're doing well. Today is a very exciting day because we will be speaking to a 9-year-old climate warrior from New Delhi, India. I'm so excited to talk to Aarna. So let's get her in the call and then I'll introduce herself and then we'll ask her to introduce herself. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. Okay, Aarna is here. Okay, Aarna, I've just invited you. You can accept.
Okay.
Hi, Aarna.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are loud and clear.
Awesome. We're so excited to speak to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Ishita. I would just like to thank you for having me on this platform. I've seen all your Instagram lives and with such amazing guest speakers. And I guess I'm the youngest one in the lot, so please bear with me if I falter in between.
No. You're so confident, and we're so glad and so honored to interview you because a 9-year-old doing so much about climate change at your age is such a big thing. So let me introduce you in depth, and then you can introduce yourself as well. So Aarna
Okay.
Srivastav, she's a 9-year-old climate activist who was faced with some gruesome images when she was young, right? You were faced with a dog, and since then you were starting to think about what you can do. I just want to hear more about that story, and then we can continue on further.
Yeah, okay. So I am Aarna Srivastav, and one day when I went to a Ravli Biodiversity Park in South Delhi, I with my parents, I saw this very scary image of a dog whose neck was stuck in a plastic bottle and he died because of suffocation. So after seeing this, I was like so terrified because I myself have a dog. His name is Bilo. He's cute. So I could not imagine such a thing happening to him. So I decided I would take action and I started the campaign Youth Against Plastic,
Mhm.
where I
Wow.
educate, yeah, so I educate people about the perils of single-use plastic. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And from just such a small thing that you started doing such a big thing, that's amazing because we all keep on seeing such things and then sometimes we just ignore it. Like especially people like youngsters, we're all in our own worlds. We just keep carrying on with our life. But then I'm glad you noticed, you recognized the issue, and now you're doing something about it. So definitely following action speaks louder than words. Amazing, Aarna. So let me introduce Youth Against Plastic. So under this initiative, Aarna has been persistently engaging in collaborative efforts and dialogues, as she mentioned, with students from third grade all the way to eighth grade. Even though she's younger than them, she's really interacting with them. So friendly, and such dialogue is necessary for children to gain more insights about climate change. And this is not just in Delhi schools. She's also working in Uttarakhand, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, and Delhi schools, online and offline schools. So I think pandemic played a great role for you to also interact with them on Zoom or any other platform easily. And not just that, she's been having workshops, cleanup drives, and rallies. And till date, she has engaged 1,000 children and have collected 600 kgs of plastic through cleanup drives till the age of 9. That is incredible, Arna. Round of
Thank you so
applause,
much.
everyone. If you're in the chat, just give a round of applause to Arna because this is something we want to encourage the children that are around Arna, those who are getting inspired by her. That's amazing, Arna. And we would like to hear more about, your views on what other children can also do. So first, let's get started. Okay, see, we have a round of applause. Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
So let's start with the first question. So your motivation to become a change maker came when you saw a dog, right? As we discussed just now. So, how did this transform the way you think about the world? I know you always mentioned that you always asked your dad why, you were always curious about things. But then what changed after that?
Yeah. So actually, Ishita, everyone always asks me what motivated me to become a change maker, and I always mention about this incident. But like you're the first one who asked me this question, how it changed me. So I would like to thank you for that question. And when I would like to talk, like I enjoy spending time in nature, as my parents love going on hikes and treks, and they always take me along. So one day when we went for a walk in Aravali Biodiversity Park, I saw this very scary image of a dog whose neck was stuck in a plastic bottle and he died because of suffocation. And so, this image not only disturbed me, but it also changed me. I've become more, responsible. I have like I carry a bag and gloves wherever I go so I can pick up littered plastic. Then I've also been taking more care of the planet as I realized that it's my second mother, my Mother Earth. And then lastly, I feel really, really good as I feel that I'm doing something for the environment. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's nice. I like how it's like a win-win situation. You also are contributing, so you feel good inside, and also it's doing good for the environment, which is great. And I would like to point out, I think everyone in the chat also might have noticed how confident and, how composed Arna is speaking at the moment. At the age of 9, this is rare because when I was young, I was kind of, not that confident as you, and I would like to really commend you for that because being on such a big platform on Instagram, voicing your opinions clearly, succinctly, without any, interruptions, that is really awesome. And thank you so much for coming on here because it's such an honor to speak to you.
Thank you so much, Ishita. I really appreciate that.
So now let's move on to the next question. So, as you're working on climate change, right? In your school, students have might noticed you, um, but a lot of students are not understanding the importance of discussing issues like climate change, right? And I know you also have like a small YouTube channel where you like share your ideas. So we watched one of your videos where you said, us kids are just 25% of the world's population, but we're 100% of the future. I really like that quote and it really stuck with me. So, how do you think we can get more young people, especially students like you, your friends, other students in different countries, involved together in this battle against climate change?
Yeah. So, firstly, I believe that the change starts from home.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that, there should be more conversations regarding climate change and, you know, climate change, the climate crisis, and environment protection in your home itself. And I feel that it's your parents and elders' responsibility to also start these discussions and talk about these issues and create awareness. Then I think it comes to school and to teachers. They should like talk about this in the classes and encourage students to make initiatives and then to safeguard their Mother Earth. And then lastly, the change begins with you. So that means that not only do you have to do your bit, you also have to, inspire your cousins, your brother, your sister, your classmates, your friends, and your family, and all the people you know, so they can do the same. Yeah, so I think
Wow,
that's how you
those are
can.
nice views, yeah. And also, I liked how you mentioned how it's not just your responsibility, but the people you are surrounded by, and the people who who teach you, like your teachers, your parents. And it's nice because once you start something, it's like contagious, once you start an initiative, other people are also motivated. So I really like that. Thank you so much for sharing. And how did you come up with the quote? Did you like read it from somewhere or were you inspired? Tell me a bit more about that.
So I have a book called Plastic Leather. I love reading up these quotes. So this was one of my favorite ones.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We have so much positivity in the group chat. A lot of people have joined us. And we will also be sharing this on YouTube. And you can also share it on your YouTube when we send you the video. So a lot more people can hear from you and just be more inspired. That's what we really want, to empower young children like you and to do something. Just take action, right? Thank you so much.
exactly.
So, inspired by Greta Thunberg, you're never small to make a difference. When Arna sent me her sort of like details of what she has done, her activities in the form of like a document, this was the first thing she wrote. You're never small to make a difference by Greta Thunberg. And it is so amazing because she is like a testimonial to this quote. She's literally working at it when she's really young. So how do you think, and what do you think is important to become a climate activist at this age? How do you think one can become? And also, I believe, age is just a number. We can become a climate activist anytime, right? It just doesn't have to be at this point in time or at this point. We all have to be. So what are your suggestions on how can one be a climate activist?
Yeah, so you just quoted one of my favorite quotes, and I firmly believe in this one. So when I was just 7, I started thinking about how I could make a difference alone. I felt scared. I felt it was not possible, but with the encouragement and nudging of my parents, I decided that I could give it a shot. And guess what? That led me to this amazing journey of being a climate warrior.
Wow.
So, yeah, after that, I mean, what can I say? So,
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
very
you can be a
good.
climate warrior at any age, like you rightly said. You can be a climate warrior at any age. So, after like I think the sooner you start your journey, the better it is for the environment and your own future. So you can start by taking baby steps. For example, start a tree plantation or a weekly cleanup in your own neighborhood. Or
Mhm.
if you don't want to do that, you can carry reusable alternatives instead of plastic items. Even
Yes.
the smallest of changes you make and make them in your life, then they become big differences in the end. So, yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating. And also, just to let you all know, Arna made a video on Sanjay One campaign. There was like a campaign she was doing to not, destroy Sanjay One for, other purposes. It's a national park. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's like a forest reserve. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and if you guys are not aware, Arna's video was showcased on Miss Dia Mirza's Instagram. She noticed Arna and she reposted her video from where we found her to interview. So that is just next level. That's really amazing,
Mhm.
Arna. And I like your really amazing views on how one can take baby steps, one can really do small things to do something gradually big over time. So that's
Yes.
very inspiring. A lot to gain insights from you, a lot to learn from you, even though you're so young. So I'm so thankful to you. And let's move on to the next question about your other initiative, like a sub initiative of Meri Saheli. So Arna has not just joined that one initiative, not just created one initiative, the Youth Against Plastic, but also Meri Saheli, which I'm really curious about. So Meri Saheli, as I think you mentioned, was provides assistance to young underprivileged girls. And again, in your YouTube video, you talked about like how this initiative, there's like a Saheli waiting for each and every one of us. So just for those who don't know Hindi as well, Saheli means a friend, like a female friend. So just like a companion, sort of. So yeah, Arna, tell the viewers who are watching this live, how can they find and help their Sahelis?
Okay, so your Saheli can be anyone. You just have to look around. Though there's no guide available, you can just look around and you'll just find one. It could be your gardener's granddaughter who needs your help in passing her English exam, or it could be your domestic help's daughter who needs your help in her mathematics assignment. It is a two-way street. The more you give knowledge, the more you receive, and that too in abundance.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, how did you think of this initiative? It's so nice how you're like really reaching into different aspects within life and noticing issues and then inculcating into like an initiative. So I'm just curious, like when did you think of this? How did you think of that?
Yeah, so my journey of Mary Saheli started when I met my first Saheli, my Usha Didi, who was my caretaker since I was 3 months old.
Okay.
So one day she came to me and said that, "Oh, Arna, please teach me how to speak in English." So I said, "Of course, of course." So she said, "I don't have anything much to give you, but I'll teach you my amazing pav bhaji recipe." So we
Uh,
started our mission, and then we achieved our respective goals. And now, if I call her in front of you, she's like, we talking in a proper English. So
wow.
everyone's like, wow, yeah. And then now, after I like seen this experience, I set out to find more Sahelis because I learned that to empower ourselves, we need to empower others. So I finally found two in the villages of Uttarakhand. One's name is Janvi and the other one's Arushi. So my weekends are all reserved for
Oh,
our virtual catch-ups where we not only talk about class assignments, but we also joke, we laugh, and we share our pranks. And sometimes we also share about the bad times, and we always stand by each other's side through thick and thin.
wow, that's so nice. And I liked how, you're noticing these small things and actually, helping them. And also, it's nice how you've, made a schedule to meet with them every week. And that's incredible how you both, your Usha Didi and you decided to, set out respective goals and met with them. And I'm glad you were able to teach her English. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
And yeah,
That's
in
the
the
thing.
future, we would love to collaborate with you on more such initiatives. Some of our team members that are also in India would love to, team up with you, gain more insights on what we can do to help you expand this initiative because it's so nice and so simple. Anybody can be part of that. And as you said, there's a Saheli everywhere. You just have to find her, you just have to look at her, and then you just have to go ahead and do your bit. So that's amazing, Arna. So, what are like your current plans and your next steps for these initiatives? So, you're doing a lot of cleanup drives, a lot of campaigns. So, are you going to continue those or like expand, or what are your plans? I know it's too early to ask, but still just curious.
Yes, so actually, my plans are to continue with these campaigns and expand them and get more support from my friends. And one thing I really badly want is Sanjay want to be
Yeah.
like not to be commercialized. So that is my main focus right now. But I still teach my Sahelis and all. So yeah, my plans are to continue this.
Wow, that's awesome. And how do you manage this? Like, how do you manage your schedule? It's like at the age of 9, you're like really occupied. I know you play a lot of tennis. You're involved in like a lot of reading. You have your own website that entails a lot of things that you're doing. Like, I read theater. I saw the YouTube channel that you're operating. So many things. So how are you managing time so well?
Well, you just have to plan well. And I think I got that from my mother.
Wow.
So yeah, so after the classes, homework has to be done, then go for tennis, and after tennis, maybe go for skateboarding, and if it's a weekend, then catch up with my Sahelis. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's so inspiring. And all of us as well, even though we are older than you, there's so much for us to learn from you. And thank you so much for sharing all the small details. Because I don't know, we might have never had the chance. Because, once more people get to hear about you, it'll be hard to reach you. You'll get a lot of interview offers from people who really want to understand your ideas, learn from you, and also work with your initiatives. So I'm so glad we were able to talk to you today. And obviously, this is not the last time we talk because there's so many other plans we want to do with you for climate activism, for the Sahelis initiative. So thank you so much, Arna. Hope you have a great day, and it was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much, Ishita, for giving your time. It
Yeah.
was so wonderful to be here, and I'm so happy to see all the positive messages. So,
Yes,
thank
thank
you,
you so much,
everyone.
everyone. And hopefully, when we share, there are more people who watch and also share your video. So that's how we get to more people because we care because we care, right? So, yeah, let's see how big the video goes. And I'm sure I know like a few people who have joined here who also conduct interviews. So I'm sure they're going to reach out to you today. So let's stay tuned for that. So thank you so much, everyone, as well, for your unconditional love and support in the chat. Yeah, see, there you go. Thoughtful Minds Org. They conduct interviews. They're two twins, and I'm sure they'll reach out to you. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Arna. There was a lot to learn from you
Thank
today,
you, Ishita.
and we hope to
Thank
work together again.
you. Yes, of course. Why not?
Thank you. Have a great evening, and have a great day to all other viewers tuned in. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.